It is the near future, and the justice system as you know it is no more. No courtrooms, no attorneys. Aided only by an interactive crime-solving network, a human counsel will have just 30 minutes to examine a murder case, then hand an immediate death sentence to one of 3 suspects. Either justice will prevail, or an innocent person pays the price. Hello, I am Jessica. Welcome to Rooster Teeth's Murder Room.
Welcome to a new age of law where justice must move faster than ever. This council is convened to try a murder case where one of 3 suspects will be convicted and sentenced all at once. I am Jon Risinger, the foreman for today's proceeding, and this is your counsel. We have Trevor Collins, Chad James, Ellie Main, and Patrick Matthews. Counsel, please meet Jessica.
Welcome, counsel. Please prepare to convict a killer.
All right.
Jesus.
I'm ready.
Straight in.
Yep.
Jessica is a crime-solving network that can predict the killer in a case to a 99.2% accuracy. But new law still says humans should only be tried by humans, not computers. That's why you are here. Your investigation will also be used by Jessica to scientifically calculate the killer. After your verdict is recorded and the sentence carried out, we will learn if your decision matches Jessica's outcome. Now, here's your case. This is case number 1471E. 3 sorority sisters wake up after a long night of drinking. As they stumble through the hallways trying to make sense of the night, they notice one girl from the party isn't around. The 3 co-eds walk into a bedroom and find their missing sister on the floor, an empty wine glass in her hand, her bedroom window open, and her heart is not beating. Cause of death? Respiratory failure. Outside the victim's window, an empty vial is found in the bushes. Here is our victim, Valerie. She's 22. She was a newly elected House president. She was on the dean's list and was a marketing major. Jessica, tell the council who you've determined to be the top 3 suspects in this case.
But of course, your first suspect is Samantha, also known as Sam. Sam has lived in the sorority house for 2 years. She is a brunette with brown eyes studying game development. Your second suspect is current president of the sorority, Charlotte. Charlotte is studying marine biology. She has blonde hair and green eyes. And suspect number 3 is the newest member of the house, Melinda. She is studying social media branding and has blonde hair and blue eyes. I have assembled motives on my tracker board.
All right, well, let's take a look at everyone's motives. Samantha, her boyfriend, recently broke up with the suspect in hope of rekindling romance with the victim. Charlotte recently lost sorority president position to victim after a bitter campaign. And Melinda, the victim, recently posted scandalous photos of the suspect, causing fallout from the suspect's family. So all have reason to have beef with the victim. To give you some background into the motives, Jessica has a statement from another girl living in the house.
I have a statement from Chloe, a member of the sorority house, and a friend of the victim. Chloe is away at an internship but was given details by Valerie throughout the week. According to her, tensions in the house were high the week of the murder. On Tuesday, the victim beat Charlotte for president of the sorority. The campaign was 6 weeks of nasty backbiting that left everyone in the house divided. In the end, Valerie was victorious after she exposed salacious texts from Charlotte concerning other girls in the house. It was especially bitter since Valerie's acceptance into the sorority was made possible by Charlotte. Valerie had also made enemies of Melinda last Sunday when she posted on her Instagram a photo of Melinda passed out, drunk at a party. Valerie apologized and removed the photo, but the damage was done. The photo made its way to Melinda's father, a prominent church official. He publicly chastised Melinda, took her car away and is making her do community service as penance. And finally, Sam was also at odds with the victim. Sam was dating Valerie's ex-boyfriend, Jason. The night before the murder, Jason broke up with Sam with the hopes of reuniting with Valerie. Only hours before the murder, Valerie met with Jason at a nearby coffee shop. While the victim told Samantha the meeting was purely platonic, Sam heard otherwise.
All right, so you have the background. Now let's see what everyone was doing the day of the murder. Let's start with our victim on Friday. When our suspect arrives at 3 o'clock, they say Valerie is in her room drinking wine while studying and getting dressed. At 7, Valerie meets Jason at a coffee shop. Jason is an ex-boyfriend who also recently broke up with our suspect, Samantha. Valerie returns to the house an hour later and goes for a 30-minute run. At 10, Valerie is seen getting ready for the party. Then witnesses say they see Valerie arrive around 11. She's there until a friend takes her home at 2:25 in the morning. Her friend says she is not drunk and in a good mood. Now let's look at the suspects. At 2 on Friday, Sam meets Melinda and Charlotte for lunch. Charlotte drives them all to the house after 3. Then, starting at 7, all 3 suspects are changing into their costumes for their party. At 10 o'clock, Melinda and Charlotte walk to the party a couple of blocks away. An hour later, Sam joins them. Here's where it gets a little tricky. All 3 suspects lose memory of the night starting after 1 Saturday morning. However, according to a witness, the 3 girls were walking toward the sorority house around 1:45. At 2:20, a food delivery is made to the house. The next morning around 10, Sam awakes on the couch. Melinda is in her bed and Charlotte in hers. Within an hour, our victim is found. So we have quite a bit of evidence for you to go through. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over so you can start figuring things out. You can check that one out.
Okay.
I'm going to hand this one down to Patrick, and Ellie, you can go ahead and go through that.
Thank you.
I suggest you look through them all very thoroughly. And as a reminder, you can request any tests to be done on the items. You can request any information that we might have on file about the items. There's also one more piece of evidence that I'll hand over to Trevor.
Sure. Oh, yes,
right
this is
there.
my good piece of evidence here.
All right.
Looks like there's some drops in there. Can we taste it, or is that probably not good?
I would suggest we don't taste things
Unless
that
you
are
like
evidence.
respiratory failure, don't taste.
Oh, that's true.
We have
It was
much
poison.
more scientific ways of determining information about objects in a case.
Maybe it wasn't poisoned. I'm just saying.
Folks,
I mean, if you really want to check if it's poison by tasting it, I'm going to allow that just this once.
no, obviously not. We should test the level, like what poison we've got in this, yeah?
Okay, so
And also this looks like the poison bottle.
So that was
right.
that was
Is that
what was
the
found
vial
outside of the
outside?
window.
That was the vial outside the window, so we should probably see if the 2 ingredients are the same.
and then what did Patrick have?
I got a receipt here for tacos. The night of. Ordered by Sam at 1:52 a.m.
Okay.
Taco packs.
These are weird-looking tacos. I found fries.
Those are also fries. They also
and
got fries.
Other ketchup-smelling things
taco packs.
here, food wrappers here in the living room.
We want to test the toxicology
evidence.
of all these things, surely, to see if we have an ingredient that
right.
matches all 3.
I
Toxicology.
think so, yes.
And I think
you
probably
want
fingerprints.
toxicology on the receipt?
No, sorry. I took
Gotcha.
on these 3 things.
Okay.
The
So the
consumables.
very first thing you'd like Jessica to do for you would be to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Then once we start the timer, we can start doing that.
Okay, and also we probably want fingerprints on this bad boy.
I would say so, yes.
It's gonna be yours now.
So,
but
based on what you know right now and the evidence that you've been
DNA.
given, what do you guys think is a possibility of what happened that night?
They've all got really strong motives.
I think it was Charlotte
Very strong
because
motives.
she's a marine biology major, so she's got poison.
that is exactly what I was gonna go with. As a marine biologist student, there's
Access to
She's been
probably-
milking cuttlefish or lionfish or something
They do that.
weird like that.
Underwater
Hold on.
snakes.
Yeah.
How do you get poison out of cuttlefish?
Milk them.
You milk
Just
them.
said.
Just wanted that for the record.
Well, now that we've educated John
Yeah.
in marine biology, definitely a lot of poisons in the sea. Terrified
Yeah.
of the place.
Yep.
Game development over here. She would know better than anyone how to escape a dungeon or just a simple room. So she would be able to plan together like this escape pattern, this whole thing. Games
Yeah.
these days are super violent, right? So
Yeah.
these are my 2 people of interest.
Really, Melinda's not doing it for you.
Well, she has a strong motive, but
she
she
did-
seems like a Ravenclaw. So
And her parents are in church, and they teach you not to kill in church.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Right.
But
and
she-
any non-church-going people are never taught
They don't teach you that in
to kill
non-church.
people.
I wonder why was Sam a little late? What was she doing while the others were going to the party?
All good questions and all good theories, but let's go ahead and move on from there.
Pardon me. Time to begin with your first objective.
All right.
Okay, so this is how this works. The 3 suspects are in custody right now. There are a few elements like statements or people willing to talk to us by the phone that you can use in your investigation. You'll choose one suspect to focus on at a time. Elements tied to that suspect will then be unlocked for you. And if you want to talk to a suspect, Jessica will quickly arrange a call.
Correct. Keep time in mind as you speak with each suspect. You also have 3 timeouts to use during the first 25 minutes of the investigation. You can request to stop the clock and gather your thoughts for up to 1 minute. Use these wisely. Good luck.
Yes, that's correct. You have those 3 timeouts, and they are good up until the last 5 minutes of the timer, so be sure to watch that. Your first objective is to decide which suspect you want to put on the back burner. You can bring back that suspect at any time, but to do that, you will have to completely exonerate another suspect from the case. I need a majority rules on this one. Who do we want to put on the back burner right now?
Quick thing of note, while I was Melinda was the tertiary object or person here, she has physical evidence, and that's going to take some time to process, so it's going to be something that we want to consider.
I think because Charlotte seems to have right now like the most kind of.
She lost her position.
The biggest motive, like, and the whole marine biology thing. I say we put her on the back burner and focus on the other 2.
Samantha and Melinda.
Put Charlotte,
knowing we can bring her back.
Because we're pretty sure.
Put the strong lead on the back end and come after her.
Yeah. And I mean, that'll give us the time with the physical evidence on Melinda.
Okay, then I need a majority rules on this so we can move forward.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure, Charlotte.
Okay, so Jessica, please put Charlotte on the back burner for now.
The suspect is now on hold and I have begun the 30-minute timer. You also have 3 timeouts at your request.
All right, so timer has started. Who do we want to focus on first? I'm going to ask that question right off the gate.
You guys want to do some
Physical evidence. I still say.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Evidence.
so
By the way, we're processing this, right? So we need to give it back, or how does
Yes. So.
do we have physical evidence for Melinda?
Also, guys, while we wait for that evidence, I'm thinking, DNA test for this?
DNA toxicology.
Okay.
On those.
Okay.
Maybe fingerprints as well. Can we do all of them?
Yeah, let's go ahead and we want to
full
run.
sweep on all 3.
Okay, I'll ask Jessica to run toxicology reports on the vial, on the food items, and the glass.
Yeah.
And you want to run fingerprints on which?
Fingerprints on the wine glass and the bottle, I would say.
Prints on the wine glass and the bottle. Jessica.
No, I'd like to see if somebody else was maybe going to get poisoned with these untouched fries.
Right, that would toxicology would.
Of course.
Would give
Just
that.
to clarify.
So we'll go ahead and have Jessica do that if
Should we
you
do
can,
DNA
Jessica.
on those 2?
And then we have new evidence here as well.
I thought he got.
If you guys want to check that out.
Please, no one put on the evidence.
Damn it.
That's
Please tell me that's not someone's actual hair.
I really want to.
Sorry,
Your vial,
you
sorry.
buried my
Good on you.
vial.
I know.
There's a nice wig for you to check out.
Something really upsetting about that.
So it's a blonde wig.
Okay, so who did you guys want to focus on? It was Melinda. You want
Melinda.
physical evidence. So then, what you have left with Melinda is to come up with questions for calling her.
Pardon me, I have a statement from a witness at the party.
Okay.
According to this person, he saw a cheerleader yelling at a group of people on the lawn. 2 other cheerleaders came up, took the arguing girl by the arm and they walked away onto the street. A person in the group yelled, "You aren't shit anymore," to which one of the girls replied, "Fuck off."
Fuck off.
There's something great about hearing Jessica say those words.
So she's not shit anymore because she's not the House president anymore. So one of those cheerleaders was Charlo.
Okay, she's got a nickname now.
Yeah, I just shortened it because I don't have time for that.
Okay, so let's talk to Charlotte. Jessica, if we can get Charlotte on the phone, and I would suggest you guys.
Melinda.
Melinda. I apologize. Melinda on the phone, and if you guys can come up with some questions, I would suggest you do so at this point.
Right.
Do you think we should
I have Melinda on the line.
get them to incriminate each other?
What's the wig?
Or
It's a costume
exonerate
party, right?
themselves?
So we should like.
Why don't you go and ask?
What kind of party was it?
It was a costume party.
What?
There you go.
Cool.
Hi, Melinda.
Hi.
Hello.
What were you dressed as here with this wig?
Oh, me and my sorority sisters were all dressed as Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
There we go.
So, quick question. As a blonde, why were you wearing a blonde wig?
Well, my hair's not long enough, and I really wanted to be as extra as possible for this party.
That's fair.
That is extra. That is extra.
Do you remember someone yelling at you in the street that you aren't shit anymore?
No, I have no recollection of that at all. We got pretty wasted at this party.
Gotcha.
What were you drinking?
Like a lot of stuff, like some punch, you know, the standard.
Standard. What's the last thing you remember from the night?
I just remember having like so much fun at the party and drinking a lot.
Anything strange, outside of the fun? Anything odd that stand out to you in
Your
your
life's on the line, Melinda.
memory?
No, nothing crazy, really. I mean, we get blackout drunk all the time, so this is pretty standard for us.
Girl.
They gotta get used to
Love
this.
yourself.
So, how do you feel about Valerie?
You know, Valerie's a super bitch because she really fucked things up for me and my dad.
Well, she's dead now.
You know, it was really terrible, that photo she posted of me. My ass was out. I have a really great ass, but it was embarrassing.
Yes.
That would be.
I wonder how your father feels about this.
How mad were you that she did that? Like, mad enough to kill?
I mean, not mad enough to kill, but my dad took my car away, you know?
Not mad enough to kill.
Pardon me. Fingerprints on the vial belong to Charlotte, Melinda, and a partial third print that is inconclusive. I also found a trace of orange cooking grease on the vial.
Orange
Cooking grease.
Melinda, while we've got you on the phone, what were you doing with that vial of poison?
Be deliberate.
The only poison that I remember is we were coming home from lunch, and Charlotte had it in the car, and I asked her about it. I was like, ew, what's this weird fish poison? But I guess she's making some kind of Botox or something.
Anyway,
But you touched it.
She called it fish poison?
I don't know. I don't know the official term. I'm not the marine biologist, okay?
So
But you touched it.
I touched the vial in the car, but put it back because I want her to keep it in the fridge in her room. It's pretty gross.
So she's developing a Botox of sorts. Have you or Charlotte or anybody else tried this product by chance?
No, it's definitely not ready for that.
No animal testing?
I don't know. I don't know what Charlotte does in the lab.
Doesn't know.
No, this
It'd be pretty messed up if she's doing animal testing and she's a marine biologist.
Do we need a timeout?
You have a timeout if you want to collect your thoughts a little bit.
One per person. Let's do it. Let's try it.
Go on.
Timeout.
Okay,
Okay.
like a
Pardon
timeout.
me.
Time's out.
I was holding my breath that whole time.
Glass belong to the victim. No other fingerprints exist on the glass.
Only Valerie's prints were on the glass, and just a reminder, during the timeout, we have the phone call on hold.
She
and
can't hear me.
anything.
Right.
All right.
Guys, I can see on the back of this bottle, it says Nasturtium aquaticum.
Fish poison.
So
that's Latin.
how she knew.
Yes.
Aquaticum.
Right, so you're gathering your thoughts on
It's
Melinda.
fish
What do you
nasty.
think?
Do we need anything
There was
else?
some
Do we need to
cooking
ask Melinda
channels.
anything else?
Yeah, what routes have you not explored with Melinda at this point?
Melindy.
We asked about the wig. We asked why her fingerprints were on the
What
vial.
did they talk about at lunch? Me too. So the three of them went to lunch together. Did they just like talk about how much of a bitch Valerie is?
Yeah, like who hates Valerie the most?
Also, do they know where Sam was?
Yes. Why did Sam
why
not
she
go?
showed up
Results
late?
from
Yeah.
toxicology are as follows.
Yeah.
Charlotte's alcohol level tested at 0.275, or equal to 8 drinks. Sam tested at 0.261, the equivalent of 9 drinks.
Damn.
Melinda had a level of 0.450, or 12 drinks. And the victim contained an alcohol level of 0.172 and lethal traces of tetrodotoxin.
Tetrodotoxin.
Well,
That's that.
aquaticum.
Yeah. So Samantha was way too drunk to kill anybody.
We need to get them
Well,
to
so
talk
is-
about each other.
Is there a level of sobriety you have to be in order to kill someone?
Yeah, you gotta be like 0.275.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
today.
No, yeah.
So
So
we should
I'm
ask.
gonna drink with
Your
you.
timeout is expired.
Okay.
Okay.
The timer will now resume.
I don't know if I have any more questions for her apart from
what she did at
Melinda.
lunch.
What did you guys talk about at lunch?
We were just really excited about our costumes and about how hot we were gonna look as Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders together.
Sure. And do you know why Sam didn't walk to the party with you?
I don't really remember.
But you weren't drunk by that point.
I remember getting to the party, and I don't really remember when Sam got there, but we had fun. And then I don't remember how we got home or really what happened after that. But you know, it happens, right?
Sure, your life's on the line, Melinda. You think you'd be a bit more concerned.
Who
Fair.
drove her home? Who drove Sam home, I should say? 'Cause
I don't remember how we got home.
I sure hope
Maybe
you
we
didn't
walked.
drive.
Who knows?
I'm tired of Melinda.
She can hear you.
Melinda,
Tired of you, Melinda.
Valerie.
Ugh.
Valerie was one of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders too, right?
No, it was me and Sam and Charlotte.
What did
This girl was too.
What did Valerie
to get
dress
any
as?
information.
Valerie dressed up as a runner.
Runner? Interesting.
That's why it didn't take us so long to get ready.
It's not interesting at all.
Runner?
I think we're good with
yeah.
Melinda.
Thanks, Melinda.
Yeah.
Is that it for Melinda?
I think so.
All right.
Excuse me. Testing shows no tetrodotoxin in the food found in the home.
Okay.
But was there any orange cooking oil or whatever?
Orange cooking oil. That is weird. Isn't it?
The orange grease
Yeah.
It was on this.
that was on the,
That was on
the
the-
vial. Do you have a specific question that you want to ask about the grease?
I'd like to ask
is
what they were having
Is the
for lunch.
grease that is found on that bottle a component of the food, of any of the foods?
Okay, so Jessica, would the grease that we found on the vial, would it be something that was found in this food as well? Like, is it the same kind of grease, I suppose, what we're asking?
Yes, please.
Well,
The grease does match the grease in the food.
okay.
But there,
There you go.
there's
So then, if the meat grease matches each, what is your conclusion of that?
Oh, we need to ask somebody who had fries.
Well,
Or at least
We can ask
the
Samantha.
pardon me, everybody else, but this was found in the living room. Who was passed out in the living room? Samantha was. So maybe Sam had a late night snack because she got back a little earlier, or
She's
or
the
is
only
this
one
later?
who didn't have fingerprints on the vial, though. That was only
They
Charlotte
all,
and Melinda.
I believe they all arrived
Yeah, because her fingerprints were smeared out by the grease because there was a partial, remember?
But yo,
There was a partial that was
Unidentified.
undefinable, but there was some sort of grease. So she's macking
there
on
was-
some fries and fumbling vials.
so there was grease on the bottle and there was grease in the food, but there was no poison in the food.
Yeah, and she drank that wine earlier in the day when
She was eating, and then she handled the
She
vial.
just dropped it in her own face.
Well, no, but they
Sam
said,
didn't what?
they said no poison in the food. Does that count for the wine glass as well?
No, there was poison in the wine.
There was poison.
Yeah,
in the
Right.
wine.
tetra whatever. But she drank that earlier in the day before they even went to the party, before she even met with her boyfriend.
Was that confirmed somehow?
Well, yeah, she drank the wine.
It's here.
see.
Victim seen having a glass of wine while dressing at 6 p.m.
Okay.
That's that glass of wine.
And, well, let's be honest, it probably wasn't one.
Wow.
You know, she might have had another one later. Maybe she had like a little nightcap before she went to bed.
That'd probably be something worth asking someone who knows about her habits.
Yeah, we should.
I think we should. So I'm not ready to like let Melinda off the hook. I have a feeling about her. So we should start talking to Samantha.
Yes.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
But you feel like you have enough information from Melinda at this point?
yeah, we don't really have anything else to ask her.
Then we can move on from Melinda and we.
Or do we?
I feel like we're leaving her thing, her father and punishment and butt thing, kind of a little undiscovered or whatever. But we do need to move on.
We're leaving her butt undiscovered. Thank you,
I
Trevor.
feel like we can get more insight from asking others about that.
Yeah.
Because she was like, it was annoying.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe less of a
Let's talk to
direct
Samantha.
threat.
What is she?
Okay, then we'll let Melinda rest for now, and we'll go to Samantha. We have two callers, include Samantha and her ex-boyfriend
Oh,
Jason.
should we
Who do
talk
you want
to
to start
Jace?
off with?
Mr. Voorhees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jace.
Okay, Jessica, can we talk to Jason, please?
Give me a second to get Jason on the phone.
Sounds good.
don't
you guys
charge us that
gather?
She needs
Yeah,
to
right.
walk to her other hard drive for that one.
Do we know we want to ask Jason?
Night before
Yeah.
murder. Oh yeah, what did they talk about at the cafe shop?
Why did he break up with Samantha?
Yep.
Did she already have poison in her system?
What kind of person is Samantha? Like, like aggressive.
Jason is
angry
ready.
Why did they break up?
things.
Hi, Jason.
How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, Jason. Been helping.
Glad you're doing well. How do you feel about Samantha? Let's just get into this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sam.
About Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's a sweet girl. She's really great, but she's just not quite my type.
Always the sweethearts.
How long were you guys dating?
About 2 months.
Oh.
2 months.
And do you know how Sam might have felt about you? Could you tell if she really liked you?
I mean, she was. I would say she's pretty into me. I don't want to sound like conceited or anything, but
No,
yeah.
I get you.
What was it? The glasses?
Dude, I don't wear glasses. What, me?
Was it her glasses that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's cute.
Why did you and Valerie break up in the first place?
I mean, we dated for about a year. It was complicated. She just kind of, I guess, got over me.
So she broke up with you?
She was really focused on school about that time, so I that's kind of what I blame it on, but I don't know.
Did you break up with her or did she break up with you?
She broke up with me.
But now she's on Dean's list, got her elected presidential thing here, and so she's on top of the world. She's got nothing else to focus on. Now she wants you back in her life. She's reaching out to you. You reaching out to her?
No, I'm reaching out to her,
Gotcha.
and she kind of turned me down already, so.
So what happened at the coffee shop?
Well, it was an excuse for me to get to back together with her, sort of. We were talking about running, but she just, I don't know. I told her how I felt. She said no.
Negatory. Sorry about
Gotcha.
that.
So it was a
Thanks.
platonic night and all that, I
Yeah, so
suppose.
Mallory's not feeling it. Samantha's getting a bit mad.
Did you
about
tell Sam that you broke? Did you tell her when you broke up that you wanted to get back with Valerie? She knew that.
I mean, yeah, I think she kind of figured it out. I still kind of talked to Valerie whenever I could, but
Okay.
Was that your main reason for breaking up with Sam?
breaking up with, yeah, Valerie, of course.
How was Valerie acting at the coffee shop? Did she seem inebriated?
She was really happy. I mean, she wasn't drunk or anything.
Was she coughing at all?
She's honestly, she's not a huge drinker. She drinks a little, but
Okay.
Do you
About
know
a
if she,
0.17 type of drink.
Merrily rejected.
when you guys were together, do you know if she has a glass of wine before bed?
oh yeah, for sure.
Every night.
A little nightcap.
I mean, while she studies usually, yeah, she likes to, it calms her.
So she'll slam one back before she hits the hay.
and she might like to study after parties.
All right.
How does Sam historically like handle being upset or handle difficult situations? Is she kind of an aggressive person? Is she pretty calm about things, level-headed? How is she? What's her demeanor?
No, I wouldn't say she's angry. She gets a little whiny when she doesn't get what she wants, but that's about it.
Whiny.
Yeah, she's a little
disappointing,
spoiled.
Did you know much about tensions in the house, kind of in the last week or so? Could you tell there was something going on?
Well, I mean, Melinda was upset. That's all I really knew. I see her at community service every now and then, and I can tell she hates it, but she puts on her fake face when she goes. Other than that, no. I mean, I don't know the girls that much.
What about, were you still... Sorry, go ahead.
No, what are you doing community service for?
Me? I just do it because I enjoy it.
You're a good man.
Right.
Ellie
Does
did not believe
Samantha
that.
have any dietary restrictions? Does she follow a more healthy diet, or does she kind of snack on greasy food sometimes? Like,
Yeah, Sam's pretty healthy. Most of the girls I think are. They like to watch they figure, I mean, but they'll eat something every now and then. I mean, everyone does. And they drink a lot.
Did you go to the party that night?
Oh, no, it's not my scene.
Were you still in contact with Valerie when you and Samantha were dating?
I mean, yeah, off and on.
Should we time or
Yeah, I think we should.
yeah, let's go
call-
ahead and time before we hang up.
Okay, Jessica, if we can have a timeout.
somebody's got to do it?
There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Oh.
Right.
Thank you.
That's how Jessica works.
Wow. Okay.
All right, I think we're digging real deep on someone that's he's got a weak motive, and we're not finding anything.
You think Samantha's motive in general is weak?
Yeah.
Well, it's.
She
I
didn't
mean,
have any.
from her perspective,
No
it
fingerprints
does
on
seem
this.
like a strong,
But it could have been this greasy.
like she's been wronged. But I don't know if it just doesn't sound like she's the type of person that would kill because of a
It's always the
2-month
one you
relationship.
least suspected.
Especially when she doesn't get what she wants, she just gets whiny. Like, that doesn't seem
I mean, that's a
like...
great pun, though. Maybe he knew that she poisoned some sort of wine. Like,
It wasn't in the food, but there's the fingerprints of Charlotte's and Melinda's. It feels like to me when they were eating, Charlotte put this shit in the wine.
Right, especially since we know she has a glass of wine a lot before bed.
It was in the wine.
So
it wasn't in the
somebody
food.
had the late night snack.
Charlotte's and Melinda, and then a greasy unknown.
But here's the problem.
She could be the greasy unknown.
Both Charlotte and Melinda knew that vial was in Charlotte's
Your timeout has expired.
To your information at this
The
point, you
timer
don't
will
know if
now
Samantha
resume.
knew.
That's true.
Should we hang up and
Do we
call
need
Sam?
anything else from Jason, or should we go to Sam?
So I think we should
Jason,
go
has
to
Samantha been fondling any weird vials lately?
What? I don't think so. I don't know.
Doesn't think so.
If you had a gut feeling,
I was
who do you
gonna
think?
get that
It's an interesting.
That's your guys' call.
How does she feel about her face? Does she feel like, is she a very confident person? Does she have a large ego? Does she think she needs Botox? Does she think she needs facial work? I'm just trying to be direct here, guys. Digging for
You
things.
talking about Sam? I
Yeah.
mean, no, she's not really like that.
Cool, I think we
chill.
need to
She's
throw
pretty
that
chill.
all
She's
out
pretty
of here.
relaxed.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
I just gotta be deliberate,
Thank you,
guys. I'm
Jason.
sorry.
Valiant
And
effort.
sorry.
Let's get Sam on the
Let's
horn.
call Sam.
Okay, Jessica, if we can get Sam on the line, that would be fantastic.
Oh, I didn't know. I forgot we could talk to her directly. Wow.
Right.
Good thing I really
Wow.
embarrassed myself to Jason. Whatever, I'll never
Sam
see him
is
in my
ready to
life.
speak with you now.
All right, fire away, guys.
Sam, how's it going?
Hey. Been better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
upset were you when Jason broke up with you?
Joe?
I mean, that it's really shocking. I was really surprised.
Broken?
But, 2 months, right? I mean,
Not that long, yeah.
right? Or
You're
was
young.
it a pretty...
You guys are so mean.
How did the break
about someone else's relationship at
Yeah.
this point,
I
are
was
we?
trying to...
Okay.
Sam,
13
what
minutes,
did you
you know?
do when the other two girls left for the party? What did you do that took a whole hour?
Oh, well, my mom called and I told the girls to go ahead without me and I would meet up with them later. The call's on my phone record.
Okay.
What were you and your mom talking about?
My mom calls all the time just to catch up and make sure that I'm not partying too much.
Well, how long do those conversations usually last?
I don't know. Like, it's a mom. I mean, 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah, 30, 45.
Samantha, can you
Stands
tell
out.
me about the argument that happened at the party?
I don't remember anything about it.
Nothing at all.
Sam,
No, I don't remember.
Sam, did you ever use Charlotte's Botox magic?
Whoa, no, definitely not.
Did you know about it? But did you know that she had it?
She was just testing it. I don't think it was final or anything, but she was always bringing stuff like that home.
So yeah.
Did you know that she had a vial of that in her car that night?
Yeah, I saw it when we were coming back from lunch.
You didn't touch it.
No, I don't want to touch that.
She sounds confident in that she didn't touch it. It's a wink. She can see us on the phone. So I see that you woke up in the living room. Did you happen to wake up? Did you have a late night snack at all? Were you,
I don't really know. I woke up
on the couch and my head was pounding, and I checked my phone to see if I did anything stupid, and thank God I didn't. But then Charlotte and Melinda came down and we saw the leftover food, and I had grease on my outfit and so did Melinda, so I guess we ate something.
They ate with their outfits.
So I don't have anything.
I mean, we were kind of joking about how drunk we were and that we didn't even remember.
I see.
That is pretty funny.
Real quick, you guys were all dressed as Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Was Melinda wearing a wig?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you
We
wearing?
all were.
What color was your wig?
We were all blonde.
So do you wish you were blonde?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you jealous of all the other girls in the sorority?
No.
You have no recollection of ordering this food?
No. I mean, it's on my credit card, but no.
Is there the last four
Jamie,
digits?
do you know the delivery man Jamie? Have you met him before?
No, I never met him before.
Are they
I don't
last-
really remember
Blacked
him
out.
though.
Yeah, look at the
me see
credit
that.
card number.
Let me see that.
Tell me about Jason. What was your and Jason's relationship like? Were you a pretty close couple? Were you pretty intense, or
We were friends for a long time first, and I thought we were doing really well, but I knew he always had some sort of, feelings for Valerie.
Do you have any recollection of Valerie coming home before you fell asleep?
No.
Who hates Valerie the most out of you three?
I don't know. I think, girls are catty and we fight sometimes, but we really felt sorry for Melinda and what was going on with her with Instagram.
How do you feel about Valerie's death?
I'm just shocked, really. It's a really upsetting thing to go through.
Have you ever met any of her family?
I think her mom came by once.
What'd you think about her?
I don't know. She was like a normal mom.
Cool. Like 45-minute normal.
Real quick, how did the breakup go between you and Jason?
Let's ask you about that argument.
I mean, it was not good. I was really upset, and it was rough. I just really didn't see that coming.
Okay.
So you slept on?
Probably why I got so drunk.
Right. Cool.
Any other questions
I don't think
for Samantha involving anything happening on the timeline?
Well, Samantha, why do you go by Sam?
I mean, it's short, it's easy.
What did you guys do Wait, what? What did you guys do between 3 and 6?
We just hung out. We were super excited about our costumes, but we tried to get a little studying into.
And where
All
were
three
you?
of you?
Yeah, I mean, we're all in the room kind of intermittently at different times.
At the sorority?
Yeah,
Okay.
Were there any times that Charlotte and Melinda were in the room alone?
maybe. I don't really know.
These girls remember nothing.
I know. Maybe they shouldn't have
Or maybe
like
they're
12
lying.
drinks.
Yeah, maybe they're.
That was before.
All right. I don't know. So I just think, like, was Samantha way too drunk to do anything? Or, like, who are we going to exonerate?
Are we done with Samantha at this
Yeah,
point?
I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
We
I
can
feel
leave
like
her on the
we're
phone as long as
blowing
we
through a
want,
lot of
right?
time here.
You can keep her on the
I-
phone as long as you want, but you're talking with her on the phone.
Yeah, but I feel like we're going through a lot of time, and I'm not really hearing a lot.
Still have one more person to question.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stop. All right, we're done.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Samantha.
So here's the problem that I'm facing right now, because we're facing whether we want to throw one of these two gals back to the wild and then focus on Charlotte and bring her in. The
Yeah.
problem is
one?
the fact that she's got greasy fingers and all
10
this
minutes
stuff.
remain.
Yes.
Do you want to have a timeout while you discuss who you're going to put?
Yeah.
exonerate?
our last
What
one,
do you
right?
guys think? Yeah.
We're
Time out.
We're going to
We'll
time
take the
out while
timeout
you
on
guys
Charlotte.
deliberate your exoneration.
So Samantha
Okay.
and Melinda both had the grease.
Yeah.
on them.
They were all greasy
Right.
freaks.
Samantha and Melinda were both greasy. They both seem to be playing up the other one as like having more of a motive
Yeah.
on them.
My problem is like, and this is without talking to Charlotte, is I'm feeling like she might just be like the weird chemist, like kind of scapegoat. Like she might just be the source of the poison.
Right.
Once again, without talking to her, that like Sam or Melinda might have gotten their like access.
One of those girls yelled at Charlotte that she wasn't shit anymore. They don't remember it, but one of those
Shit
girls dressed as a cowgirl, whatever.
Cowgirl. That's correct.
Cowgirl, that works.
Sure. Yelled at Charlotte.
I feel like Charlotte's just too much of the obvious choice.
But just
So
because
these-
Jason mentioned her as well, I feel more drawn towards exonerating Sam and keeping Melinda as a suspect.
I was gonna say, can we run a test on the wig?
Sure.
What are you looking for?
You guys,
Yeah, let's do forensics, DNA,
Yeah.
toxicology, and fingerprints.
like, hit
What
it
if
up.
you just test for any DNA on the wig?
DNA, or like, I specifically want to know
I don't
if
know what
there's
the
any other hair,
toxicology
if there's
would be
any
for
other
the
hair
wig, but we could
strands.
test for DNA, like if
Well,
someone's hair is in it.
if-
Let's do DNA
Because they were-
and
yes.
fingerprints.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Fingerprints probably.
Fingerprints on a wig.
There's a lace front.
Definitely
I know how
DNA.
wigs work.
Two
Yeah, let's
reasonable
DNA test the
requests.
wig.
Two reasonable requests would be obviously the DNA, but then also maybe the toxicology in case like if this person has all
Sure.
this hair and they're messing with.
Jessica, can we check to see if there's any DNA on the hair and if there's any trace of the poison on the hair as
Yes,
well?
please.
And fingerprints on the lace
Gathering
front.
information.
Thank you.
I'm
I'm gonna need you guys'
Didn't-
exoneration very soon.
Real quick, I don't know if this 2-month relationship, she didn't seem like it was like a super great, like super huge motive. Like, yes, she's upset, but I don't know if it's kill somebody upset.
Right.
These other two motives seem a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking at this moment that Charlotte, until we talk to her, it might just
Your
be the source
last
of poison.
timeout has expired.
Oh, thanks,
The timer
Jessica.
will now
So
resume.
what do you guys think?
I think we're on the same wavelength that exonerate Sam and keep Charlotte and Melinda as our suspects.
Can I
The
have that?
DNA on this wig matches Melinda.
What do you think?
There are no traces
You
of
just really didn't dig into the
tetrodotoxin.
motive from Melinda
It is
very
Melinda's
hard.
hair.
Melinda's hair. That's
She
it.
just lost her car, man. That's it.
Blonde wig fibers found on the floor of the victim's bedroom matches wigs worn by all three suspects.
Yeah, they're all wearing the same wigs.
All right, I'm gonna
Let's
hurry
get
you guys
Sam-
along
let's
because you're running out of
exonerate
time.
Sam.
So who are we gonna be putting? Who are we gonna exonerate and bring back for Charlotte?
I think we exonerate Sam.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's be
All right,
confident.
then I'm gonna take that as your call.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, Jessica, we'd like to exonerate Samantha,
Yep.
and we'd like to bring back Charlotte for questioning.
Put a tracking dart on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
We can just shoot her with a tracking dart.
Yep.
That is what we do.
I would have slipped it into.
All right, questions for Charlotte. Questions for
Melinda, you said
Charlotte.
it's just
So
a
we
car
can
thing, but
call
it's
her
also
Cat-
the-
What? In what
religious
instance do you
father.
put a dart in
true,
someone's
like,
pocket?
All right, all right. Let's
Let's
call
call
her
this
the campus house director, Dr. Coolidge.
All right. So can we get Dr. Coolidge on the phone,
Calvin
Jessica?
Coolidge.
What are we gonna ask him?
Dr. Coolidge is on the line now.
Fire away.
Doctor.
Hi.
I'd say be quick.
Can you tell me about Charlotte as the basic personality? What is she like? She's super mean.
No, Charlotte is exemplary. She's a fine example of a student on our campus.
Were you aware that she was taking medications and things away from the campus?
I believe that there is a checkout system for our lab products available to all, especially final year students.
Can we get
Yeah.
those?
Did
Can
she?
we get the
did-
report?
Was she on the list for checking this out?
Jessica, can we check to see if there's a report of who checked out that
Yeah.
piece, that vial?
I'm also more interested to see if the other
Yes,
two
on
happen
the
to be
way.
on that.
Thank you. How did Charlotte seem after she lost her presidency of the sorority?
Well, I saw her the day after the elections, and she seemed, upset, but not too visibly upset about it. I know there was a lot of competition for that run.
She's mature, it seems like. How are the interpersonal relationships between Sam, Charlotte, and Melinda? Have you noticed or seen any sort of catty behavior, or are they pretty much just all?
I
Roses
really
and
don't
gold.
know. I don't really spend a lot of time in each one of the houses. I only hear of any problems, and I never received anything from anyone in the house.
So no real drama to your
Nothing
knowledge.
that brought attention to my office. No.
Have you ever met Valerie?
Valerie, yes, I've met her during all of the election run. Such a tragic loss to the campus and the sorority. Our condolences go out to the family. She was a wonderful, wonderful student.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we call Charlotte?
Yeah.
Are you guys gleaning anything from this?
No.
I'd
We should
like
call
to.
Charlotte.
But there's probably something we should know from him, because
I think-
otherwise, how
Well,
would he be
we
there?
got. I
I
think.
think we unlocked the little list of,
yeah.
of the
Yeah.
check
Thank you,
out.
All
Dr.
right.
Coolidge. That's all
Thanks.
for now.
Thanks,
so
Doc.
much. Have a good one.
Jessica, let's get Charlotte on the phone. These guys are running out of time.
Charlotte.
I have Charlotte on the line.
Oh, the webs we weave.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hello.
Hi.
Did you do it?
Tell me about Charlotte. Tell me about the bottle that you had checked out from the lab there. What was that about?
Well, we're doing research on the use of toxins in marine life. The lab is on like the opposite side of town, and the factory where we do our testing is like all the way across town. Our house is right in the middle, so if I don't feel like trekking all the way across, sometimes I'll just leave it in the house so I can stop by and pick it up on the way. And there's like a checkout process and everything. Everything's like accounted for all the way from the lab to the factory.
Why was it in your car that night?
It was just on the way.
What was Melinda's reaction when she found that? So excited.
Well, I told them about it in the car on the way home from lunch because Melinda found the box. She like asked me what it was. I told her and like told her to put it back. That was it. It wasn't really a big deal.
Okay.
Did Sam have eyes on this product as well? Perhaps? Do you know?
She was in the car, so yeah.
She knew about it.
Did she seem odd or different
According
after
to
that?
records, Charlotte did check out the tetrodotoxin and 2 other elements for a 5-day period.
What are the 2 other elements?
Do we have record of what those 2 other elements are, Jessica? While Jessica's figuring that out, you guys continue to question it.
So what can you tell me about tetrodotoxin, Charlotte? Do you know any side effects to an overdose
Or how it
something
would
like
affect a
that?
human?
Yes.
I mean, it's like super toxic. It can kill people.
And do you know the cause of death?
Excuse me?
Like what specifically?
I think she had a heart attack.
Damn.
She had.
I'm referring to if
What are the effects the vial
Consumed by a
toxin would have on a person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think
Respiratory failure.
Can you tell me about
5 minutes remain. Please begin your final deliberation.
Charlotte? Can you tell me about Melinda's reaction to to being being put on Instagram embarrassment?
I think it was like really upsetting, you know, to have a sister do something like that to you. She seemed really upset about it.
Felt like a betrayal. Felt betrayed.
Did Valerie ever lock her room? Or was it always
I
open?
don't know.
What about your car? Sorry. Was your car, do you leave your car unlocked?
I
We
usually
already
lock
seen that
it.
one of the 2 fondled the
Usually locks
vial. In the yard, there was an argument outside. Do you remember this argument? Do you remember anyone calling you out and getting angry at you specifically? Kind of.
I don't remember anything about the party, to be honest.
Okay. So you don't know anyone throwing the fact that you lost the presidency in your face?
No, I really don't remember much of the party. We were pretty wasted.
What does that mean?
Do you have a pretty strong and positive relationship with Sam and Melinda?
Yeah, Sam is great, and Melinda's like a little sister to me, honestly.
How do you feel about Valerie winning the election and taking over your previous role as president?
I mean, I have bigger things to do now. It's like water under the bridge or whatever.
Makes sense.
you-
The 2 elements are simple mixing solutions. Traces of those solutions were not found in the food or wine.
Charlotte, was the bottle in your room? Did you keep it in your room when you got home?
Yeah, I have a fridge in there.
Okay, thank you. Guys, I think this is just me, right? I think that Melinda went into
Show me the
Charlotte's
bottle.
room. She got the vial out of the fridge and she went through this open door into this open door, poisoned her, threw it out the window, went back to bed.
Who
It was Melinda.
Maybe.
Melinda's took.
But there's also the open window.
I have
Maybe
the
just throwing
delivery
it out
driver
okay.
from the night available if you wish to speak.
Yes,
to
yes.
Please,
We want to talk to
please,
them.
Talk to the driver very quick.
Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Hi,
Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
Hey, you know, it's going.
Cool,
All right,
We're gonna keep this short and sweet.
Sure.
Did you hand off the food to a brunette or a blonde?
I remember she was wearing like a blonde wig.
How
Did she have glasses on?
Did she have glasses? No.
how
No,
drunk
no,
did
no.
the girls seem when you dropped off food?
Oh, they were super fucked up, man. Like,
How many girls were there?
I only saw the one at the door, but you know, like, she was leaning against the door, all slumped over, the way she was talking to other people.
So she was looking at you with her non-glasses, blonde wig and blue eyes?
Look, if we're being honest, I was too busy trying not to look at other parts of her to notice her eye color.
Gross.
Which parts?
Don't have that physical description. It's not going to help us.
It's really not.
Did anything seem strange?
No, it just seemed like some fucked up girls wanting food, you know?
Have you delivered there before?
No, but they were not a new customer, so, you know, I had to be super nice to them.
Was anyone yelling deeper in the house? Did you hear any disturbances around?
Yeah, I mean, when I handed the food to the girl, you know, she turned back and she was like, food's here, bitches. And then, somebody else was, I think, yelling from upstairs. They were saying they were going to bed, I think.
Someone was going
Someone's
to
gonna
bed.
go to bed.
that was
and I
probably
think
Melinda.
there was some other girl in the back of the house. I didn't.
No, could have been Sam.
I think she was saying she was gonna come. I don't know. It was a very short interaction.
All right. Yeah, because only Melinda and Sam ate the food. There was no. Okay.
I will say, sorry. When I was leaving, the chick who picked up the food, she turned around and I could see her pull the wig off, and she had dark hair.
Well, she's the one that bought it, so that kind of helps.
I hope that helps you guys.
But it wasn't. Yeah, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
So this person's life on the line. We got a minute.
We have 1 minute, so you guys need to come up with your final solution.
Charlotte went to bed. Melinda went into Charlotte's room, took the poison, poisoned Valerie. Samantha, I think, just paid for the food, greased her fingers, but didn't do it.
Yeah.
His fingerprints.
Really need to dust these doorknob handles.
But Melinda had the most drinks. Melinda had the equivalent of 12 drinks in her system.
12 drinks. She thought she was.
No, Samantha was way drunker. She was a 4-point.
No, Sam had 9 drinks.
You got it swapped.
Yeah,
Sam had 9 drinks. Melinda had 12.
I think it was Melinda.
We already
so
exonerated
drunk
Sam,
that her
so it doesn't
ass
matter.
pictures were really driving her to, yeah.
We already exonerated Sam, so we're having to choose
Out of Charlotte and Melinda.
I'm gonna say Melinda.
I'm saying Melinda.
Yep.
Melinda.
I mean, look at her. She's
Sam, you
just
snaky son of a bitch.
We let her off, man.
But I'm gonna have to go with Melinda.
So you think it was Sam, but you've exonerated her, and so now you're going with.
No, I don't think it's Sam, but she's
It's a
still
possibility.
very iffy, so I'm gonna go with Melinda because
Okay.
I think that rounds out a little better.
Am I correct in hearing that your final decision is going to be?
Yeah, with 3 seconds to spare.
Yep.
3 seconds to spare. Jessica, we have convicted Melinda of Valerie's murder. Please record the conviction and proceed with the sentence.
Thank you, Counsel and Mr. Foreman. Your decision has been recorded and the penalty phase is now in progress. Completion in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am now ready to make my calculation of the killer. Calculating.
Yes!
I did it.
Never I've been so
Ravenclaw.
excited about someone's death.
Oh God.
We killed the guy!
Rotten
Or-
prison.
Oh, we did it.
I'm so
High fives all
sweaty.
around.
That was a very good high five.
awful. Here.
And that was a very good
There
job
we go.
to all of you.
That was.
Hold me.
You guys successfully concluded the correct decision according to Jessica.
Or accurate to a 99.2%.
99.2% accuracy.
That's pretty accurate.
There's a 0.8% possibility.
Oh,
Probably not
Thank
gonna
you,
kill
counsel, for your service today.
you're welcome.
And thank you for watching. We will release a post show for first members where we talk more about the case. If you're not a first member, you can start your 7-day free trial today at roosterteeth.com. But for now, you are dismissed. Goodbye.